It's your boy.
So towards the end of 2020, I realized that it was going to be 10 years in 2021 from when we released Jaaneman. I wanted to celebrate the fact that it had been 10 years. I thought the only way to do that properly would be to go back and revisit the original. I called Sunit and I suggested it to him and he was on board straight away. The first step in this whole process was, for me, the music. If we were going to create that same song in 2021, what would it sound like?
Working this November 2020.
I think the biggest issue was the pressure to live up to the original. When I spoke to Sunit, I was like, don't worry about the original, come to this with like a blank slate. And he was like, I'm really enjoying it. I'm not feeling any pressure. I've got so many ideas, I want to do this and that. And every time he would send me a new version, I'd be like, oh, this sounds really good. He's added this, he's changed this. He got it to a certain level where I was like, okay, cool. I can actually work with this now. I'm feeling excited about it and I want to write something. And then for me, I just had so much pressure. I was literally just studying the original and thinking to myself, what did I say? Why did I say that? What did I feel? And what am I trying to say with this one? Why did people like the original? What if people say you've ruined the original now because you've gone back and you've done this? And I had so much pressure. I think it was the end of December and beginning of January and the song still wasn't written. 10 years is in like a month or so away and you haven't written the song yet. Somehow I managed to kind of let all that stuff go, let all the pressure go, let all the expectations go, put that all out of my head and just put myself in a centered space and write from an honest place. Who am I now and what do I want to say and why do I feel this way, and write from that place. And then it came together really quickly. I think within a day after that, the song was written.
So this one it was hard to write the opening line. Like I didn't know what to say for the opening line, so I was kind of writing in parts, writing little bits here, little bits there. So I can see I've crossed it out, but I think I wrote first, we had a hard time. Nobody ever said it was easy. Obviously I've crossed that out, and then I did eventually write the line that I used. I know you forgave me for all the mistakes that I made. I'm great. I think it was the flow as well. Like I was trying to figure out what kind of flow I'm trying to use at the beginning of the song, which is why I kind of ended up using the same kind of cadence as the original, because that's just it's a beautiful way of just starting the song. It kind of eases everyone into it. The flow's like a bit more like kind of laid back. And then the second line was this one here: you got my word as a man that'll fulfill all my dues. I wrote that fourth, so these are written in order, and then I've realised afterwards that that's a better line as a second line, and that's where I placed it afterwards. It initially was, you're number one on the list of people I want to spend time with, even if we're sitting in silence, and that changed to, it's you who I want to spend time with, because there's too many words here. The flow was just, it wouldn't have fit that section. It's kind of like the foundation, like me setting certain lines, certain sections up, and then from there I kind of built the verse, and I ended up like writing it out again, which is on the next page, and that's the structure of the verse that I ended up with. And then there's that outro, which was done afterwards, because I didn't realise that we needed an outro, but when we did, that's where I wrote it. The second verse was a little bit easier. That was there, not many changes there. I think I might have wrote the second verse before I wrote the first one. Actually, I did. I wrote the second verse before I wrote the first, because I wasn't sure how to start the song, but I knew what I wanted to say in the song. So that was the second verse.
So shooting the video for Forever Jaaneman was quite difficult because of restrictions around the pandemic. I spoke to Gurj, who directed Forever Jaaneman, and he knew about this project a couple of months before, so he was on board and excited to work on this as well, which was a great thing, because that's what you want. You want people excited about a project that you're working on. The location we first had fell through. We had a model, she fell through. The biggest thing was Gurj was in like hospital a couple of weeks beforehand because he had COVID really badly. All of these things kind of happened up to a couple of days before the actual video shoot. And every day was just like, I don't know if this video shoot's gonna happen. But somehow everything worked out. We managed to find Sona, my model. She came in at the last minute. Dave called him a couple of days before and he was like, you can use our house, it's not a problem. I was like worried about Gerge, like, Gerge, you're gonna be okay to shoot? And Gerge was like, I'm fine, I'll be fine, bro. We were cutting things really, really close because I think we shot maybe 3 days or 4 days before the video needed to be out. The other thing with the video that I thought was really important was to echo elements of the original. So this guy was trying to make it, now 10 years later, he's made it what's important to him. What is he feeling now? What is the build up of a boy becoming a man? How would the man express himself? The main location, the hotel, doesn't exist anymore, so we couldn't reuse that. The flyover outside still exists. So I wanted to reshoot that same part in that exact same place, which we did, which was like 1 o'clock in the morning and it was freezing cold. And I had like my chest out and my eyes were watering because of the actual cold, not because of the emotion. But it worked on camera.
Did you miss it? Oh, sorry, my bad.
And I feel like within a 10-year chunk, there's so much that someone can go through and that you can change as a person and as an artist, ultimately, because of your life experiences. As a person, I would say I'm a lot more comfortable with who I am. I know myself better. I know how to express myself a lot better. 10 years ago, music was the only way I could express myself. There is a certain element and part of that now still, but it's not as difficult. I think I was trying to figure myself out, and I was also trying to figure out, as an artist, who am I and what kind of music do I want to make? Like, I know I can write songs, I know I can talk about and have an insight into myself, and people resonate with those emotions. Why did I do Forever Jaaneman? I did Forever Jaaneman because I've grown as a person, and people that have a connection to that song, they've grown as well. This is for them just as much as it is for me. It's for them. The messages I've had from people, we were just dating when the original came out, now we're married with kids. I was going through this at that time and now I'm this kind of person. Like, the same way I've grown, the audience has grown as well, and people have grown. And seeing that and having a kind of milestone to signify that, I feel was the ultimate goal for this project and what I wanted to do. And I'm so happy with how it's come across, how it's been embraced, and I wouldn't have changed it.
Nice.
Cool?
Cut.
Things have been difficult and we've been through a lot, but I want you to know that if we can get through a pandemic, we can get through anything. Yeah, I want to build a life together with you, but first let me start with this wedding ring.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching From Jaaneman to Forever. I want to give a big thank you to everyone who's been with me on this journey for the past 10 years, from the beginning or wherever you joined me along the way. I really, really appreciate it. A big shout out to Views, who inspired me to make this video. There's another video that I've done for their channel, and it's a breakdown of the creative process of making Forever Jaaneman. So make sure you check that video out. The link is right here.